Today I'm going to test out this mesh seat cover on my R1300GS. It seems pretty soft, and today is kind of cool right now. So I'm going to see if the heated seat actually works through this. It should. But it does seem to offer some sort of cushioning, and I read some good reviews about it. So I'll see exactly how it performs. Heading out, as I mentioned before, I'm going to test out this seat. It's a really gloomy, cloudy, near rain day, I guess. It seems like it's gonna rain soon. So I'm gonna have a short ride, but I already feel the difference. After sitting on it, I feel the extra cushioning. It's just a small layer, but generally this mesh cover had really positive reviews. So let me see how it does. And as usual, let me just show you again. This is the setup is the Insta360 right now, nothing else, with my Insta360 mic Air. So it's Insta360 X5 with my Insta360 mic Air. And obviously my Cardo is connected to my phone. But it's really pleasant. Temperature is now in the 60s. Oh my God, I already feel the difference. It's a little bit slippery now. But that quarter inch or maybe a couple of tenths of inches of extra cushioning seems to help. It's just that, it is slippery. With these motorcycle waterproof pants, if I was wearing the jeans, it would be probably a little better. But it definitely is helpful, to be honest with you. So it's been a really long gap, almost 3 weeks of gap when I last took out my motorcycle, and that too was the K1600, and we went on a 400-mile ride. That was a wonderful ride, but I did miss the GS. Where GS actually rules is probably the wind protection. K1600 has a bigger windshield. It has better fairing wind protection, absolutely. But the actual wind protection, wind buffeting in high wind conditions, I just feel somehow GS does a better job. But the K1600 has a plusher seat. And that's exactly why I ordered this mesh cover, because unless I'm wearing those gel underwear, anything over 2 hours on the GS, the seat kind of started feeling like as if, I want to take a break. And that's what and when I researched, I learned that a lot of people are using these mesh covers. And the next challenge was to find one that fits, because there are so many universal ones. So just make sure that you get something that fits your seat. Otherwise, if it's loosey-goosey, it's probably not going to look right, and it's not going to fit right on your seat, and it's not going to absolutely feel right the way it's supposed to be. So like this one is specifically made for R1300GS, and it's really snug and tight and seems to be helping now. But only a long ride test will tell me exactly how good or bad it is. And let me check the air pressure, since this bike has been parked for over a month. And right now, with cold tires, my rear air it's showing is 39.4, which I like it to be around 40-41. Not bad. And the front shows 36.5. I like it to be around 37-38. So, but let me first wait for the tires to warm up, and then I'll be able to assess. It is windy though, for some reason, and obviously now it's the end of September, and over here in the mid-Atlantic region, generally there's a lot of wind in winter, so it's not winter yet. Yeah, it does fabulous job. I do get a little bit more air on my shoulders on this GS versus the K1600, but I do get everything else, like, the chest or the buffeting in the helmet is less than the K1600. But on the K1600, you don't get any wind, but you do get a lot of back pressure if the windshield is at a higher position. And that's what's more annoying, because it seems like my helmet is quieter when I'm riding this GS than I am the K1600. And that is because I cannot really adjust the windshield to the highest position because of that back pressure. So I think it plays a role. So the update on the seat after not a very long ride, but enough for me to sense one thing I already noticed, that it would be a blessing in the summertime, which again, we might get some hot days. Yeah, just yesterday was around 80 degrees, so it's not hot, but it's warm, and I can feel the airflow that I could not without the cover. So the little mesh is doing its job, and even in this a little bit milder weather, it is really absolutely a good feeling. So I think the mesh material itself takes a little bit of a time to heat up. First impression, the heat worked fine. I think it started building up, and I think I wouldn't want it any more at this point right now. Specifically, if it's really cold, I don't know, I'm gonna have to test it in that condition. But for most part, like temperature in the 50s, maybe a high 40s, 60s, I think this mesh cover will still work with the heat. The cushioning itself, this mesh cover is really well knit, and it's really well made. So meaning when I'm sitting, it is actually lifting my weight up. It is bearing my weight instead of just collapsing to the seat. And that is providing a really comfortable cushioning overall. That's what I was hoping, and that's what I got in this initial test. It's also helping me with the posture a little bit better. It is slippery with these types of pants. I don't know what the material is. It's like parachute type. So that's the only thing. Otherwise, it's been excellent. Way better than I expected.